Welcome to Jay and Laura TV. We are Jay and Laura LaFoon here to answer your questions about marriage and relationships. And this one is, it's got fun answers because the answers are right there and are simple to do. But the question is, how do we get back on the right track? When we were first married, life seemed to be pretty easy. We were young, we were in love, we didn't have a lot of outside responsibilities other than our job. There's no kids. And now, oh my goodness, life has hit us like a freight train. We've stopped and realized we got kids, we got jobs, we got money responsibilities. Help us get back on the right track. And I think most every couple faces this at some point in their life. It's like, oh my word, life is out of control. We've got some fun ways for you to get back on track and take control of your marriage.
The first way to do that is to make your marriage a priority. And we say this a lot, and we will continue to say it, because when life happens and the kids come along and volunteer responsibilities come along and job responsibilities come along and there's a house to take care of, a lawn to take care of, everything else comes before your marriage relationship. And what we have to go back to is remembering is that's the first relationship that needs priority. Other than your relationship with Jesus, your marriage relationship has to be your first priority. And it doesn't have to be hours on end a day. But again, making that schedule in your life every day where you have time for a cup of coffee, or maybe it's after dinner and the dishes are done and the kids are watching their favorite TV show at night before they go to bed, you get to take that half an hour and just have conversation about your day.
Some days
also,
that half an hour will be like 4 minutes.
Right.
But still have it.
But also making time to date. You got to date each other once a week, once a month, however it works in your schedule. But those little things that make your marriage a priority is one way that you can do that.
I think too, you've got to take an honest analysis of what you're doing, because you're probably doing too much. This is why you're so busy. In our marriage, Laura said yes to everything, I said no to everything. So what would happen is Laura had a full-time job. She was a cheerleading coach at Alma High School. She taught aerobics and volunteered at our church.
I was in Bible studies. Did
and
you
she
say
was
that
in
already?
yes, she was in Bible studies because women love their Bible studies. Anyway.
Don't do this. We were for real.
We were for real. Anyway, and I said no. If it wasn't sports or my job, I wasn't going to do it. And so we had to stop and say, we're going two different directions here. It's not healthy. What do we need to do? What do we need to cut so that we can get on the same page? I had to give up softball. I realized that. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Loved being with the boys, but it was taking up too many nights a week. She had to stop teaching aerobics. Eventually, she left the cheerleading position. And so, life got easier when we realized that we needed to cut some things out of our life that were good. They were good things, but they weren't helping us be married.
And really sitting down honestly together and looking at your week and what are the things that take time. Obviously the kids take time. Well, you can't cut them out of your life, so you got to keep those around.
As much as we want to
and
some
your jobs, you can't cut your jobs out of your life because it provides income. But are you bringing work home? And if you're bringing work home, is that because you're not being productive at work? Asking those honest questions. What are our volunteer opportunities that we're involved in with the kids' school, with church, with other organizations? Are those helping our relationship or hindering our relationship? And the ones that you answer hinder, they really have to go. Well, and the third way you got to do this is, and I alluded to this earlier, get yourselves a calendar. Put it on your refrigerator, and once a month, put a big red heart on one day, and that's your date night. And having you both see that, realizes we got to get a babysitter, we got to decide where we're going. But it also creates some anticipation that, we're going to get to do something together.
That's fun.
Once a month, and it'll be fun.
You schedule everything else in your life, schedule a date night. You won't regret it. Well, we're Jay and Laura LaFoon. This is Jay and Laura TV. Send us your questions via our Facebook page, our website. We love to answer your questions because we're here for your marriage and relationships. See you next week.